Aloha, beautiful beings. This is Raven. Are you ready to awaken the multidimensional being that you are? Come, expand yourself with human and beyond. Beyond the five senses. So as we awaken into our abilities, our awakening of our soul truth, we begin to activate or remember the gifts beyond the five senses that we all do carry. And this is beyond just the sight and the smell and the taste and the hearing that we carry. These are extra gifts that are beyond, they're instinctual, they're ancient, that resides in all of us. These psychic abilities that we all carry. And though it may seem like a Harry Potter movie of magic and fairy tales, this is not a fairy tale anymore. This is real. As I've witnessed this myself in many occasions. I've been around this world so many different places, and I seem to find these people in the same frequency and vibration for me to be able to affirm this fully 100% and stand in my truth that we are beyond the five senses. It's such an instinctual, ancient wisdom that resides with us. I believe this is how these beautiful places like the pyramids and Machu Picchu and sacred places have been created. It's not from a brain level of comprehension, of understanding, of knowledge. It's from beyond our five senses that this knowledge flows through like a channel, being downloaded in us in order to gift the world with the message of the vessel that it has been bestowed upon. And everyone's gifts change. We all carry them at different levels. There's many, many gifts out there. And the explanation and curiosity will unfold as you evolve. As anytime you force it to occur, it will not occur because I believe it's supposed to happen naturally. And when it's supposed to, is when you awaken, you need to be able to house the energy flowing through you. So there's many layers at play that most don't understand. You don't want to end up top heavy like a tree when not rooted in form. At your physical form of your body, and let alone of your energy system, you'll fall over. Your system won't be able to transmute if you open up too quickly. And only activate the higher realms. As we need to anchor in above and below. Let alone be too open is hard to even move through day-to-day life. We weren't made to have these abilities and not able to get up off the bed. Right? There's some other layers of play of rooting our systems to be able to house the gifts that we have been so much gifted in this life to carry. And there's the different basic clairvoyance and clairaudience and clairsentience. So the gift of hearing beyond the ears, the gift of seeing beyond the eyes, and the gift of feeling beyond the touch. But there's many more out there. Many more out there. These are just a few. I remember when I first learned about this, I knew I felt strongly, but I didn't know the levels and what to call it. So I started to explore it on the side because I was determined to figure out what the heck was inside me and what was I feeling and sensing. As I sit here today, it's probably best I didn't know the bigger picture because I think I would have ran away because of what is flowing through me now. But it's flowing through because I'm anchored in many levels in human form, energy system, as well as connection with our earth. I think there's many layers to take and counted. And to be able to hold the morality, the respect piece, I think is what's missed the most. As if you're top heavy, chances are, and you're not doing your root, there's also a form of that it becomes you become almost unmoral because you're not fully rooted in your human form of your lower chakras. So there becomes a greed and power and control as opposed to it being a sacred moment and a gift. It needs to be respected for its divinity and not for its power. I remember one time moving through a dark night of soul, and I chose I made a choice that I needed to make. I said I don't care for any power. The only power I carried was to carry the love in my heart. I think at the end of the day, that's the only thing that really matters. But we get obsessed, or we get caught up in this power and control struggle. And it's not about that. It's not a race to win. This is sheer divinity. Why are we rushing and controlling divinity? Why are we all in a need for power and control? There's a sacred respect that carries with these abilities that you need to carry and anchor it in your DNA. There's this ancient teachings that are moving through your system, your veins. And it deserves the respect at such a sacred level of divinity. And it needs to be honored daily, and used for the greater good of humanity and not for yourselves. I think that is what is also a lesson most people need to learn. We are a vessel for the greater plan of the world, not for our own individual gain. The moment the switch happens is the moment that the gifts take control. And the corruption comes through the brain, and then the ethics of the hallucinant gifts falls away on the sacredness which carries through your veins. It's like it's a badge of honor to carry such ancient wisdoms. And it needs to be treated with nothing but the utmost respect, a dignity and grace. This is one of the reasons I believe why Atlantis and Lemurian fall is because the power, it became corrupt. It became so corrupt that it crumbled and falled. So if we've learned from our past and we've anchored in and cleansed our lower sources, we are strong in our foundation to be able to house the power that flows through us of sheer source divine energy, and to stay with the humbleness, the humility that you are chosen as that vessel to carry that message. The moments where you think that your ego plays with you, that you are this person that is to control the world, the moment they think that switch happens is the moment that the sacredness is tainted. I believe the bigger the gift is gifted to the people who do not want the gifts. And I believe this happens for a reason, because they carry the purity in the heart to be able to house this sacred knowledge and carry it through their vessel of their being. Humility is so needed through this process, because there's things beyond that we don't fully grasp. The awareness of the abilities. And if you surrender to that, you're just sheerly the message for the vessel for the messages. It keeps you in this humble statue, as you're just there and born to share the purpose of your soul truth, interwoven with the others to create a grid down on this earth. You're one in a grander plan at state that we can never fully grasp. So we need to stop trying to grasp it, because why would we want to know about anything ancient? Why do we obsess with knowing it all? It doesn't need to be known. Can't you just allow it to fall aside and allow it just to be this magical adventure, a magical event of unraveling with abilities within you? So if you're moving through this time and you're having gifts beyond the five senses, if you're seeing things beyond your eyes, if you're hearing voices beyond the person in front of you, if you're feeling things beyond you touching things, chances are you have already been awakened into your abilities. And my only advice that I've been taught by a beautiful source that was gifted to me was to be curious and to explore like a kid. Right? Allow it to play. Allow yourself to play with your abilities like you're looking almost like a new gift that was gifted to you. You know? And the second one message I have would be, remember that you're the vessel. You are the sacred vessel. And the last one would be, every person transmits the messages differently. So if there's something that may come through that may be incorrect, it may be there's a distortion in your field that's altering the message that's coming through. So then some healing needs to occur in order to see it more clearly. And we're all meant to have different parts of messages coming through. No one will have the same divine message coming through. Some will come and there'll be some parallels, but I believe no one will have, there's not one person that houses all the knowledge of power. And it's supposed to be that way. It's kind of like our body form. Our nervous system, there's different nerve roots for each part of our limbs to protect it all from going down. I think this is the same with our gifts and our abilities of knowledge. I think every person carries a puzzle piece for a bigger plan of this divinity. And if you're thought around people who think you're odd or different, I'm here to let you know you're not alone. I can confirm you 100% from my heart. I keep getting led to people that have these abilities, and I almost laugh each time in my head, because it affirms to me that that I'm where I need to be each time. So welcome them in, explore them, but also carry the respect of a divinity that flows through your veins, or your channel of your being. So explore your 5 senses today. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of magic for the day. Mahalo and blessings. Thank you for tuning in with me today with Human and Beyond. If you feel like anyone needs to hear this message for today, please share it out or subscribe today. If you are called or curious about exploring your gifts beyond the 5 senses, or if you need support moving through the wounds of this human existence, please feel free to connect with me today at thecalloftheraven.ca.